Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy. Heavy Armor Forging by Sven Two Hammers. Heavy armor must be designed to take a lot of punishment. It will receive direct blows from all sorts of weapons while protecting the wearer. Leather strips are used to make the straps and bindings in all armor. Iron and steel are easy to work. Just heat them up and pound them into shape. The heat of the forge is not that critical. Avoid filing off any of the metal. Always try to conserve the metal and work it back into shape. Iron armor requires a large number of iron ingots. A smith might need a couple of dozen to complete a full set of iron armor. Steel armor primarily uses steel ingots, but some iron is used as well. Dwarven armor is made from dwarven metal. The secret of this material was lost when the dwarves disappeared millennia ago. Now it can only be found as scrap in the ruins of their abandoned cities and fortresses. Orcish armor requires large amounts of orichalcum, melded with a bit of iron. Heat should be used sparingly lest it become brittle. The orcs are masters of this technique, but it can be learned by any smith with patience and skill. Steel plate mail is made by adding steel to molten corundum. The alloy is stronger than either metal by itself. Corundum is a finicky material requiring the heat from the forge to be steady and not very much. Ebony can only be worked when heated. It will develop small cracks that eventually shatter the material if hammered cold. Unlike most other armors, ebony will not alloy with iron. It must be used pure. I can only tell you tales of how to make Daedric armor. I've never seen it myself, nor do I know anyone that has. The stories say that it should always be worked at night, ideally under a new or full moon and never during an eclipse. A red harvest moon is best. Ebony is the principal material, but at the right moment, a Daedra heart must be thrown into the fire. Herbalist's Guide to Skyrim by Agnitifelia. Those avoiding this northern province due to claims of barbarism or concerns over climate are doing themselves a disservice. In fact, Skyrim has a wealth of materials that every alchemist would do well to avail himself of. I've traveled extensively throughout this land, and here are but a few of my findings. Bleeding crown. The caps of these mushrooms do indeed appear smeared with blood, though it is often hard to see in the dark, damp places in which they grow. Not uncommonly found in Skyrim, their abundance is countered by the difficulty in acquiring them. As any experienced herbalist knows, the darkest of caves often conceal far more than mere mushrooms. Nonetheless, these potent fungi, when combined with certain powdered antlers, produce a mixture rendering one quite susceptible to poison. Their usefulness is also quite apparent when mixed with lavender, creating a substance highly resistant to magic. Death Bell. Folklore abounds about this flower found in the swamps of Hillmarch. Some stories claim it grows where unfortunate deaths have taken place. Others insist it grows first and then lures unsuspecting people and animals to their doom. I have found no direct evidence to support these stories. Indeed, I found the flowers difficult to locate at all. While it is most well known for its use in poisons, it would be remiss to overlook that the blooms of the Death Bell are very effective in mixtures for boosting one's alchemy skill. Dragonfly. A surprising number of insects survive in Skyrim's climate, many thriving in the lower, southern areas of the province. Dragonflies can be found in a great many places, and while catching them can be a daunting prospect, the reward is well worth the effort. It was beyond the scope of my research to determine whether the orange and blue dragonflies are fully different breeds or merely simple color variations. But through experimentation, I found that the orange dragonfly, when combined with the very hardy barnacles found along the coast, transfer some of their flighty nature, giving the herbalist some very nimble fingers. Hagraven Claw. The claws of a hagraven are best obtained in shops. It is inadvisable to suggest one collects them oneself. These creatures have traded in their humanity for access to powerful magics, and the transformations they undergo infuse their entire beings with some element of that power. Ingesting the powdered claws makes one more resistant to magic, but an especially curious property of the claws is revealed when mixed with snowberries, often found in Skyrim's highest elevations. I found myself capable of comprehending enchantments I had believed mystifying after ingesting the mixture, and have passed this knowledge on to several court wizards who were grateful for the knowledge. Jazbay. There was a time when it would be considered treason to pick one of these grapes without express permission from the Emperor himself. It is my understanding that although growers in Skyrim were successful in improving the fruit's survivability, it came at the cost of flavor. No longer is it quite the prize it once was, and yet, growing amidst the volcanic tundra of East March, it is still immensely useful for concocting potions. Mages value it highly as it can be combined with simple garlic to enhance the regeneration of magicka. While no longer against the law, picking these grapes in large amounts is best kept to oneself. Luna Mothwing. As with the dragonflies, I was taken aback by the number of butterflies, moths, and other insects that managed to thrive in Skyrim. The Luna Moth is especially beautiful. Its thin, almost ephemeral wings seem too delicate to hoist anything into the air, giving them an almost magical appearance. Indeed, that sense extends to the properties they exhibit when crushed and distilled. An action, I admit, was difficult to perform at first, no matter my resolve to discover all that Skyrim has to offer. These creatures are simply that beautiful. While they can be used in creating poisons that damage magicka, I feel that would be a waste of their potential. Do not be alarmed if, when the wings are broken down almost completely, they appear to almost disappear under your pestle. That very quality makes the wings quite effective in potions of invisibility. Tundra Cotton. Not all Nords are savages wrapped in animal skins, howling at the moons. There are a wide variety of fabrics worn throughout the land, thanks in no small part to the stubborn tundra cotton plant. It soaks up what rain it can in the plains west of Whiterun and blooms frequently. While it does not exhibit any of the more striking alchemical properties, it is a staple in potions for not only fortifying magicka, but for resisting spells as well. I wonder if that quality is what allows it to have adapted so well to this climate. Nightshade. The name and shape of this plant are known to all, long understood to be one of the more potent components in many poisons. The average Nord keeps his distance from the bright purple flowers nestled among dark leaves. It is exceedingly effective as a pure poison, but can also be combined with other compounds to stiffen joints as well. It is thus favored among those who wish to disable their opponents in battle, and can be found coating the blades of many of the more unsavory characters in Skyrim.
Maybe you'll give me a massage later on.
Okay, I figured out what was causing my pants to disappear. The lantern that I was using, share the same slot. So, we live and we learn. I've replaced my lantern with the necklace of light, which when I wear it will just put the candles over my head. And then when I am done wearing it, I can go back to my carved talisman. Alright, back to Blood on the Ice. I don't remember exactly. What are the clues? Let's see if I have any, clues. We spoke to Giordana, whatever her name is. Hey, Regis. Okay, I have Blood on the Ice. But I don't think it's really giving me... Oh. Follow up on the clues. Okay. I'll follow the arrow.
There's no glory in war. It's just something they tell soldiers so they'll risk their lives.
Hey, Brunwolf, you are a scholar and a gentleman. You have any
You
questions?
one of those Skyrim for the Nords types?
I'm a wood elf, so I think all folks should be welcome here.
And you're right, at least as far as I'm concerned. Don't let Ulfric or some of these other short-sighted Nords bother you. Most of us are happy to welcome newcomers.
That dark elf called you a war hero.
I killed a lot of high elves in the Great War, and I didn't die. I guess that makes me a war hero. The Great War. There was nothing great about it. Thousands died on both sides. And where did it get us? Did we really save the Empire? Or did we just plant the seeds for Ulfric's uprising? And another war.
Why help the dark elves?
Help the Dark Elves? Oh, you must have heard me talking to Malfear. The Dark Elves live in a run-down slum called the Grey Quarter. Ulfric's content to keep it that way. I guess they think I can open Ulfric's eyes to their plight, and get him to lift a finger on their behalf. I'm trying, but Ulfric is set in his ways. For him, there's two kinds of people in this world. Nords, and the folk beneath them. Safe journeys, Sword Sister.
Hey, I like you. I don't think I've ever met you. You sound sane. Okay, so there are a couple nice people in Skyrim. Fighting a good fight.
You lost? Welcome to the House of Curiosities. I offer a brief tour for a few coins, or you can simply browse at your leisure.
Do you know anything about this amulet?
Let me see. Ah, yes. This is the Wheelstone. It's an heirloom symbol of the power of Windhelm. Traditionally, it's carried by the court mage. I would be interested in acquiring it, if you're willing to part with it, that is. For a piece like that, I could pay 500 gold.
Shouldn't the court mage have it?
Wurnfirth? Bah, it's purely ceremonial, and he has no use for it. Besides, I wouldn't want to be the one to give it to him. Gives me the creeps. They say he dabbles in necromancy. A most pleasant chat.
Hold on to it for now. I might come back and do a tour later. We'll see.
Spare a coin for a poor old woman.
Hey Ash, come on up, sweetheart. Come up. Hello, baby. Hi, we're catching a killer.
Balgruuf won't give us a straight answer.
You hear the news? There's a
He's a
dragon
true
roosting on
Nord.
Mount
He'll
Everest.
come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's...
I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same.
Hey, good boy.
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all.
I believe the killer is Wurnfirth the Unliving.
You
Come on,
think
his
That's
name
quite
is
an
Unliving.
accusation. I assume you have proof?
If by message...
We have evidence of necromancy and found his amulet.
I don't want to believe it. Woundfirth has been a trusted friend to Ulfric for many years. It pains me to see that the Whispers had truth to them. Woundfirth shall be apprehended. I thank you for your diligence in getting to the bottom of this matter. The streets of Windhelm are now safe.
Oh, sure.
Or it was merely a message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the
Okay,
support
the
of
quest
our
is
army.
done. Let's see if I can buy. Yeah, he's busy. He's gonna go like arrest
Things
someone.
hinge on Whiterun. If we can take the
I
city
don't think
without
we really.
bloodshed, all
We
the
need
better.
to wait.
But if not,
Okay. I'm gonna pet a kitty for a minute. He's like literally
I feel
in
so
my face
helpless
with his
out here.
nose
The people of Riften
straight on the
depended
mud,
on
staring
me,
at
and
me.
I failed them.
I think they bring him out here, so we can wait.
we've been soldiers a long time.
Oh, I'm glad this is
I'm
finally
afraid my days as
solved.
the steward of
Now
Riften has
the
come to
people
an
of
end.
Windhelm can finally relax.
Aww.
To wager.
Aw, and Nori,
They
oh,
have families to
ends
think.
up here.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Oh, it's Creation
Well
Club
put,
thing
friend.
back here I can pick up.
Keep your eyes open.
Why do you fight for me?
I'd follow
Talos
you
guide
into
you.
the depths of oblivion. You know that.
Yes, but why do you fight?
Yes.
Until next time.
Die before elves
Oh yeah, I'd have to
dictate
be a
the fates of
champion.
men.
You know, I
Are
don't
we
care.
not one in
Probably not
this?
gonna do it.
I fight for the men I've held in my
I-
arms, dying on foreign soil. I fight for their wives and children whose names I heard whispered in their last breath. I fight for
Being in exile is the most humiliating thing I've experienced in my life.
Bite me, you jerk. What's the right way?
Everyone knows the Thieves Guild uses the old sewer system beneath Riften as their hideout. I'd go down there myself, but that
Oh,
would
these
leave
guys
Jarl
are,
Leyla
yeah,
unprotected.
these guys are, okay. Sorry.
I'm keeping my eye on you. It hasn't been for nothing.
Yeah.
I fight because I must.
Your words give
Oh,
voice to what we
Layla.
all feel.
Hey.
And that's why you will
You have something to say, dog? Something on your mind?
not.
Yeah, it's
Will be
fair
the
that you
day
don't
when
like me.
soldiers like us are no longer needed.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, okay. Okay, so I've got a
Gladly
couple of
retire
quests.
from the
I'll
world.
come back when
we're such a
Charlotte's
day
is
to dawn.
done arresting.
Aye.
I think they're up
But
here.
in the
I
meantime,
don't know. I hate this
we have a
castle.
war to plan.
They're arresting people. That's fine. Yeah, I don't really want to officially join the Stormcloaks. I don't like them. I don't like the Imperials. Alright, let's go get Queen Freydis' sword. Oh, there's some sort of
It's bloody cold.
temple shrine up here. Okay, that's probably not the best way to go, but oh hey, Ambar. I'm sorry to make you clip, man. Woo! Alter to regime. Well, I discovered it, so I can point to it. There we go. Hey, Ash. Hi, sweetheart. You back for some pets? I feel kind of sorry for Ash. He's always nervous, But he's also such a massive troublemaker, and he breaks things and he scratches stuff, and he doesn't really get in much trouble, but he also likes to hide upstairs and in rooms where he knows he shouldn't be. He has actually stolen a knife from my son, which was hilarious. He steals TV remotes and hides them. And those are some of his favorite things. He wants to eat all the plants that will kill him. He wants to jump up and eat lots of stuff.
If you want my Dragonborn, you'll have to get through
And
me.
he's very mistrustful.
I am
And
pretty awesome.
well, because I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a good place for kitties, but he just knows that he's been doing bad things. Follow the Khajiit deity Rajin. As immortal, the thief god of the Khajiit is the most famous burglar in elsewhere history. Follower, you find more golden containers. So the tenets are explore new locations, bribe people as needed, pick locks successfully. Those skilled in lockpicking are the most deserving of my favor. No, I'm not going to follow you, but...
How about a wager, love?
So, unfortunately,
Whichever of us
it
gets
takes
the most
Ash
killing
a very
shots
long
today
time to become
gets to
trustful.
call the shots tonight.
And, so it takes him about a year to like me and trust me again after I take him to the vet. And, unfortunately, it's been almost a year, and he's in my lap right now, being kind of sweet and only biting a little, right? Because I'm pretty good about,
I learned a trick for drawing a bowstring that lets
pretty
the
good
arrow
about
go
not putting
further.
my fingers
Next time we
near
camp,
his
I'll
mouth.
hold you.
He doesn't bite like blood bite. He just bites, kitty play bites.
Shit.
He just hasn't learned not to do it.
I mean, help. I'll help you adjust your arm so you, see what I mean, yeah.
Okay, honey. Where am I? Okay, I'm close. And unfortunately, it's time for him to go to the vet again, like next month. And he is so mistrustful of everyone, he runs when we get near. Although he will come and demand that we pet him, like, if we're safely in bed and he knows we're not about to start some shit. So it's bedtime that is the most Ash demanding, because he knows we're helpless and harmless, and that's the way he likes us.
You look tired,
And
little
he
dragon. Let's take the
demands
day off.
affection then.
Let
But
me pamper you.
I'm feeling bad
and show you
because
how much I
poor little
love you.
dude's gonna have to go back to the
Everything
vet.
else can
And even though
fucking
Vandal's
wait.
like, okay, chill, I'm in a carrier now. Alright, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll be okay, I've done this before. Ash loses his fucking mind. Just loses his mind completely and cannot deal. Our other animal, Bo, is also so anxious and so scared of all things that he has to be sedated when he's taken to the vet, because he's gonna give himself a heart attack. So we have to literally drug him, and not just like drug him a little, like with puppy downers or something. Completely sedated. They can't do an exam. He's howling. It's terrible. So these guys are rescues, and I understand you saw some shit. But I'm in the phase of my life where Ash will come near me during the day. And that's gonna change pretty soon. I'm sure by the time Veilguard comes around, there won't be any more Ash in my lap for a little while. He mostly just comes up and bites me, but I'm still like, oh yeah, kitty wants me to pet them.
I can't see anything here except your arsehole. Sorry. I'll shut it now.
you?
Sound.
While I'm out, I'll do the first step of the white file. Heard a troll. I just don't see a troll. Okay, someone want to explain how a mammoth even got into this cave? Where are you? Oh, look at you! You're all cave colored. Smart. Oh, you made a lot of noise.
Knees.
Sorry. I'll show you now.
Alright, start the white file. Should be a main quest. There we go. Are you paralyzed or are you actually dead?
If you hear someone screaming, remember, it's not me. Well, that's unless a spider crawls at me bits again.
Yeah, that's totally worthy of screaming and doing the Ace Ventura dance. Hey, look, it's an oubliette. I totally meant to come back here, didn't get lost at all.
I didn't realise how delicate that work is.
Yes, I'm a delicate flower. Oh, poor tree. You deserve better than a cave. Oh my god, let me out.
You're a fine shot with that bow.
Thank you. Okay, pissed off Arthur.
Give up!
Good riddance.
You are glowing, my love.
Yeah, I have a necklace for that. Hello, Ash. Yeah, I'm in the room. Come on, sweetheart. Hey, good boy. Hello, love. Please don't bite me. He bites me much less than he bites my husband because if he actually manages to bite my finger, I shove my finger into his mouth, and he does not like that. Right? You don't like that? I have noticed. Ow! You are a very vigorous head butter. Hey, sweetheart. Yeah, so I suppose the story of him stealing a knife is like, oh, hey. Oh, good, I didn't actually pick Kaidan. Well, my son had a switchblade, and he actually managed to, like, drag it up a flight of stairs. And we just found a knife on the floor. I mean, like, who, what? It's sort of like this weird, like, threat, and we were like, oh my god, it's the cat. The cat did that. We already knew he was capable.
Come here and do
I don't
your
know why the
worst.
mirror is marked as a quest item, but it is. Probably find out later. Well, yeah, we already. He has to be blocked out of certain parts of the house while we're sleeping, because he knows, you know. Otherwise, if we hear noises, we'll stop him. But he does.
You're dead.
Our mother-in-law lives upstairs in this house, and while she's sleeping, Ash will steal her her remote control and hide it. We don't know why, because he's a cat, but it's just general willingness to create mayhem.
We need. Let's do this.
Which is fine. He's a cat. I mean, come on. What else are you gonna do with those hunting instincts other than, you know, other than that kind of crap? All of the food bowls need to be, like, weighted down or he'll just flip them over. Kitty version of flipping the table. He likes to drag bowls around and flip the stuff, and he just always wants to start some shit.
Alright, focus. Don't make an ass of yourself, or worse. Bumping into places you'd have to be apologising for. Slow and steady now.
Why does it send me back to places I've clearly already been? My bound arrows still. Alright. Help me, clairvoyance. If the arrow is unreliable, then I'm just gonna wander back and forth endlessly. Okay.
To deserve the punishment of that view and my sneaking. Oh, but damn, I'm glad I did. You're a phantom, to be fair.
Do you like headshots? Or in that case, a shoulder shot. They turned. Ah, jump! Oh, it's an alien spike. I remember those from Oblivion. You don't see those often anymore.
I'm absolutely shite, so apologies in advance.
That's ominous. It's probably a good time for me to fully commit to conjuration. Get a set of gear that reflects that commitment, giving me more time.
Slow and steady. We don't want to grab any undue attention now, do we?
Increasing the duration. Probably gonna be capable of having permanent Atronach soon. But I hate permanent Atronachs. I spent too much time with them, and I don't like having them around anymore. I spent too much time with them with full collision.
Ah, crap. It has a big bloody crack in it. I hope it's still worth something to him at least.
You think like a Draugr knocked it over and then is like, I'm just gonna put it back. Why would you display a cracked one? Unless you're like a silly Draugr.
Fantastic.
Yeah, you were gonna start something.
I'm ending this right now!
But like, maybe she'll leave.
I have no idea what.
Maybe she'll leave and not notice me. Uh-oh.
Bring it on! Die!
You okay there, honey? Which enemies are nearby? Come on.
I'm glad to be wandering the wilds with you.
I'm glad to. Rich jelly. It respawned.
Master, I have a question about infusions of arrowroot.
Ooh, I've got ice cream teeth. Nice.
You can take the bucket.
But I'm also trying
Place it
to...
on top of
When
the
I
new
ask
shop.
you for something, I expect it to get done.
Yes, Master, I know. I just want to keep up my own projects as well.
You can waste your own time, not mine. An apprentice obeys his master. A good one does, at least.
Yes, Master. I'm sorry. I'll get back to those notes straight away.
You're not as dumb as you look.
I've brought the file, but it's damaged.
This, it matches every description of the file that I've found in
Oh, if
law.
only you had duct tape.
But if it can't hold liquid, there's no way of knowing. How did you manage to damage it then? This is what I get for not retrieving it myself.
It was like this when I found it.
Figures. I doubt you have sufficient knowledge to harm the file, even if you wanted to. Either way, this is the end of it.
Yeah.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm not quite in the mood to entertain guests. I trust you can show yourself out. Here's
Say
for your
good
trouble.
day, sir.
I want to thank you for your help. I know my master can be a bit short at times.
A bit? I was happy to help.
Here, you should have this.
You could also say,
even though the
he
file
gave
was
me
damaged,
5 septims.
I still think your efforts deserve reward. Now, if you'll pardon me, I'm going to tend to Norellian. I can make his final days a bit less painful.
Yeah, that's why I'm not really mad at you guys. Wow, Bo, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing going on. It's grass, buddy. He does have really good hearing, but I have really good hearing too. So he and I tend to react to the same things. So Bo is a good
job.
hearing buddy.
Now that's done. It's back to trying and
Because
feeling to not
mostly
let the
when I
view
ask other
when we're
humans if they've
sneaking
heard something,
get
they
my
look at
mind
me like I'm
wandering.
crazy. And it finally took having a dog for my husband to understand that no, it's real. I'm not just crazy and making shit up. There are real sounds that are happening. I'm gonna see if we can... oh, no. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna try to go find the steward in the castle at night. I don't know the castle well enough. Get all the troll off me. Uh-oh. It didn't take my clothes off. Uh-oh. Well. Why am I naked? Oh, it thinks I'm naked. Oh, the outfit system is kind of screwy. That's a shame.
Come sit with me, my love.
But I love this outfit, man. If I have to give up baths, I'll do it. Let's see. Yeah, alas. Skyrim outfit system. That's a very tall table. It's supposed to be a big girl. No, I'm a wood elf. I'm little. I bang my elbows. Fine. Henbane's bestiary automatons. 9 Hearthfire. The dwarves have been extinct for many an age, and perhaps for the best. To see men and women the size of large children, all with beards, would be a most disturbing sight. See, this is weird because they're elves. So they seem, I mean, like the lore seems to have been doing some retcon here. They're elves. Still, whatever wrath the dwarves brought from the gods as it consumed an entire civilization surely must have been an awe-inspiring thing to witness. The remnants of their civilization lie buried in hearts of mountains. The scholars and thieves the world over descend on the skeletal remains of dwarf cities like vultures to scrape clean the bones of the past. Old knowledge waiting to be exhumed and treasures to be discovered, but many men lay murdered in those halls of the damned, because those dwarven ruins do not release their treasures without a fight. My kin would tell the stories long ago, when I was just a child, about how adept the dwarves were at building machines. They would say that before our time, dwarves harnessed the power of the earth and wielded fire and hammers to reshape steel and bronze with a mechanical brilliance that breathed life into these now ancient constructs of metal and magic. In the dark halls and chambers amid the ceaseless droning of grinding gears and venting steam, they lie in wait to confound or destroy would-be plunderers of the dwarven sanctums. As the grim watchman of the last vestiges of a culture from a dead race, I descended upon the humid darkness of Mazulft. The slow hiss of steam, creaking of metal, and the rattle of old gears powering an empty city would unnerve most men. I could hear things in the darkness skittering around the floor just out of sight, and as I stepped over the bodies of plunderers or scholars who had not made it far, I knew it was not rats wandering these halls. Small mechanical spiders set upon me with rapid movements, and machines sprouted from the walls and uncurled from spheres into contraptions that rolled on tops of gears for legs and crossbows for arms. I could not help but marvel at these single-purpose machines built for the murder of men. My sword and my shield are my strength, and I am undeterred by such things because I had heard of greater things that roam these depths, and indeed, something else in these chambers stirred, and it echoed with massive weight. As it lumbered closely, its feet struck the ground as if walking on massive pistons, and as it loomed out of darkness, I could see it clear for the first time. Axe for one hand, hammer for the other, as tall as 5 men, made of dull bronze with a face molded in the image of its masters. A steam centurion. The stories were true. These were the guardians of the greatest dwarven treasures. We fought, and the dwarves must truly be extinct because our battle was surely booming enough to wake the dead. It came at me with hammer and axe, inhuman strength and great fortitude, and a purpose of nothing but murder. I dodged as it crushed the stone around me with futile strikes, and I thrust and slashed at it with my blade, and took every opening afforded as we shook the halls with violence. I refused to be undone by a machine. Where the average man would be long dead, I stood over the husk of this dead automaton, its steam escaping like a final gasp. I could have taken the dwarven artifacts in metal, but left them there for others, for I would not hex my journey with the possessions of dead men, and maybe that is where countless others go wrong. If you weren't there for the stuff, you were just there to kill shit? Okay, I am not one to judge. I'm just wondering of your motivations. I will continue to my journey across the lands, and perhaps one day Urbane will meet a worthy challenge, for I have yet to see what would make me tremble. Urbane's bestiary, hag ravens. 5 Suns Dawn. I've heard a tale most bizarre. A beautiful young woman cast out of town by the thrown stones of accusers for giving in to the dark arts. They say she fled into the Reach and never reappeared. Unjustly so, because they say the devilry of her magic had grown stronger with each new day. Shortly after, a witch of half-human and half-bird had been sighted deep in the mountains, and as the sightings increased, the young women began to disappear. This tale has brought me to the Reach, where this witch they call a hag raven makes its home, with sword and shield at the ready, for I must see this creature, and I must slay it. 24 Suns Dawn. The stomach of an average man would turn at the cruelty set before me. I first saw the thatch and bone, the human skulls, the dead goat heads mounted on pikes, filthy animal pelts, loose entrails, and feathers matted in blood. I had heard that forsworn revere and protect these hag ravens, and all around were their small, crude trinkets and altars to these witches in which sat dull, empty soul gems. What vile creature would live where all things are dead? Deeper into the lair I heard it first, an unsteady shuffling followed by a heaving, unforgettable stench. I thrust the torch in front of me and waited for my eyes to adjust to the tunnel of darkness ahead of me. I saw the silhouette of what I thought to be a frail woman on an awkward gate, but the light of the torch revealed something else. This hag raven was horrifying, almost human. But more an abomination of woman and creature fused together. Nothing more than a husk of humanity surrendered in exchange for possession of the powers of dark magic. This magic corrupted her greatly, and her dull glass eyes stared with hate from the visage of an old crone set atop the body of a contorted, misshapen human body adorned with black feathers. It bristled as it let out a piercing scream, and as a vivid red light began to form in the palm of its talons, it was all I could do to raise my shield in defense of magic most foul. I fought through devilry that seemed to snatch life from me, and the thought that this thing was once a woman seemed to play on my nerves. Most men would have crumbled, but I do not bend. The hagraven is a most repulsive creature, and deserving of its fate, and its claws, that are my trophy, will tell the story of Herbane's triumph. I have naught but to continue my travels and my conquests, for I have yet to see what would make me tremble. Oop, pray.
Ah. It's nice to be warm again.
I'm thinking. Let me see if it's undressing. If I can figure out which slots. Alright, I'm going to do this some other time because I'm going to be fiddling around with the mod, but if I can get the Dizzy It's Undressing to recognize my outfit better, I might be able to fix it. We'll have to see. I'm seeing some issues with wash and rinse. Also, sometimes when I take off my chest piece with this version, after the update here, it just got, yeah, see, it doesn't recognize that it took a chest piece off.
Is that?
My outfit system is kind of borked, and that's unfortunate.
Jeez, I'm carrying, or do I just need a bath?
Oh well. Got better clothes, though. We're just going to assume I'm efficiently washing my clothes at the same time that I'm washing me. Okay. It is... I'm gonna wait a few hours.
May the gods watch over your battles,
I
friend.
swear I could stand in the fucking
I found Queen Freydis' sword.
See it.
Look
and
at that
I'd feel
edge.
like the sun
Still
was
sharp.
shining on me.
I'll present this to the Jarl later. As for you, let me show you some smithing techniques. Whether it's armor you need or a new blade, come see me.
Pretty. Yeah, I love this outfit. Come on, man.
Hear my prayers, Ragatosh, and grant peace.
Look at the streamers! she's so pretty. Okay. Weirdly, I mean, gosh, I wonder why. It's very hard to find attractive fur armor for women. I mean, you know, with full coverage. Gosh.
Ulfric won't give us a straight
Gosh, I wonder why.
He's
He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that.
If you have any news of the Western Holds, take it to Ulfric immediately.
The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on the White Run.
I'd like to purchase a house in the city.
The house I mentioned earlier is still available if you want to buy it.
He's against us.
I'll take it.
Wonderful. Here is the key to your new home.
How long are you going
I'd like to decorate my
I'll
home.
be glad to help you. There are many ways to improve your home, provided you have the coin. And of course, don't forget to consult your home decorating guide for descriptions of the decorations you can buy. Now, what would you like to purchase? Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Kitchen.
Very well. Is there
Bedroom,
anything else you'd like to purchase?
living
Very well.
room,
Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Alchemy
Very
laboratory.
well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Enchanting
Very
laboratory.
well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Armory.
Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Clean up that murderer's mess.
Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
Children's bedroom.
Very well. Is there anything else you'd like to purchase?
That's hilarious.
Many, I fear,
You could
still
leave
need
the mess?
And let them die with their false kings.
That's good to know. Alright, next time it's time for a nap, we'll head over to Sharon. I believe that's the last player home.
We've been soldiers a long time. We know the price of freedom.
I don't think I can become Thane here without doing Civil War. And of many of the things that I am tempted to retry, Civil War is not one of them. Many of the things that I already didn't like that I'm doing this time, I know I don't like and I'm not doing. Civil War
Did
is...
you know that this was built by Ysgramor himself?
It's just, I mean, it's just raiding and raiding and raiding and raiding and raiding and wiping out the same fort over and over, you know, the same sort of fort place over and over. And I don't enjoy that, so, well, I wonder if there's just something wrong with my... I'm gonna check something once I get inside. I might have this particular outfit.
This is ridiculous.
Not set correctly. Let's see. I hope so. I hope I made this kind of mistake. Edit. Oh yes, I have it set to always use. It needs required equipped. Nice.
I'm not stealthy.
Alright, so it isn't my Dizziets at all. Or Dizier. Let's see. Take off your shirt, honey. Yes. Good. I fixed it. Did I... Viola's gold ring. I wonder if... I wonder if I displayed it. Huh. I'm gonna load one. The Legacy of the Dragonborn is not supposed to, I wonder if I sold it. You're not supposed to be able to sell or... Alright. Alright, quest might be, booked. That's not the end of the world. Alright, I'm gonna leave that for now, see if I can unbork it later, but right now, it's every now and then, the Legacy of the Dragonborn Museum will display something. Hey. Hey, Hagrid.
My job's simple enough. The dead don't really complain much.
You're awesome. You're another good person in Skyrim.
This
I'll
city
save
is
it for
almost
you.
ruins. It's clear Windhelm's Jarl has a mind elsewhere.
Right?
Yes?
I thought to tell you, I caught that. Okay, never mind. Alrighty. I'm gonna try to find the Thalmor assassin. I don't know anything about this. I mean, is he actually an assassin? But I mean, let's just talk to the guy, okay? I mean, it's usually not good practice to be like, hey, are you trying to murder someone? And then believe them when they say, what? No, I'm totally not trying to murder someone. But maybe if I could just ask the person to leave town or pay them off or, I mean, just... I do owe Malbjorn. But I'm not sure I owe the dude murder. Based on no... Okay, so now you're not here. Wow, okay, so now you're not here. What? I saw you.
Those hot springs are tempting.
Talk to the thaw.
Move on, friend. I have nothing to sell today.
Okay. That's really weird. Look, the arrow shows up very briefly and then disappears. Okay. Let's see. Is it really you and you won't talk and I just have to kill you? Very strange. Okay, we have another buggy quest, folks.
There it is again, that fucking smile. I never
Oh
get
my
enough
God.
of it.
I have forgotten how to navigate. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I just keep hitting buttons. Like, where is it? Where is it? Let's try doing other stuff and coming back to this. Oh wow, with Windhelm, that's actually it. Orthus Undario. Okay. I can't do this. Mark it as clear. I'm not gonna do this. One is an already dead NPC after morning never comes. I am not gonna be becoming the Thane of Eastmarch. We'll move that over for now. Wolfworth the Unliving is gone, so I'm not going to be delivering anything. Alright, I'm going to look up Orthus and Dario. Okay, I need to go to the Windhelm docks. Alrighty. Yeah, this quest appears to be bugged. I thought the guy I was supposed to kill was Argonian, but I don't know. I am not going to kill someone, even from Malbjorn, without any suspicion whatsoever. Uh-oh, there's someone at the door making a delivery. And Bo has never learned that that's okay. He will never learn that that's okay. Bo has to be kept away from people because he's very protective. He did bite a mailman once. Not enough to...
Don't haggle. If you want a lower price, look elsewhere.
Draw a little bit of blood, so we're very, very careful with him. He does not socialize
Let me
well.
know if you see anything you like. My master can be a bit short-tempered, but I've learned so much from him.
Okay, so
until next time.
White file is not going to update yet. I might end up getting a letter for that. We'll see. I'm gonna head down to the docks to see if there's anything I can pick up there. Bo, sweetheart. Nothing is wrong, darling. We asked for that.
Never much cared for Windhelm. The place is depressing.
Who are you?
Sorry, you don't know what freedom really means until you've lived on the river.
You're the ship captain?
The North Wind is my mistress, and I'm her master. I don't tolerate any disloyalty. You looking for work? Got a sailor who thought running a gang of thieves would be more money than hauling my cargo. You make an example of that gang. I'll give you a year's worth of pay.
They're as good as dead.
That's the spirit.
I'm not
right.
sure. Helm
See
was
you
off,
around.
but okay.
Today is a gorgeous day.
Isn't it?
But you know
though?
what makes it better? Having you by my side.
It's so nice to have you around, man. I mean, everybody else is so unpleasant.
By the hist, if I don't get something soon, I don't know how I'll get through the week.
Are you alright?
No, I'm not. I feel like my scales are clawing into me. Maybe you could help an old Argonian out? I heard some of the sailors talking about how they stashed a bottle of double-distilled skooma in the Nissus Corner Club. I just need a taste.
Wow. I'll get it for you. Why not?
Thank you. I'll be waiting for that bottle. I would not complain if you returned with some skooma.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Yeah, see, if I played a good game, I could do about 10% of this content.
Do you hate the Dark Elves? Are you here to bully us and tell us to leave?
No, I don't hate your people.
You've come to the wrong city, then. Windhelm's a haven of prejudice and narrow thinking, unworthy of one such as you.
Some of this Dark Elven stuff is so, like, narrow-minded in the sense that if we were in Morrowind, you guys have made up words for Outlanders. You call us
Nothing
Outlanders.
new there. Most of the Nords living in Windhelm don't care much for us, but Rolf is the worst by far. He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults at us in the small hours of the morning. Oh, a real charmer, that one.
Why would anyone think you're a spy?
Some of these Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us.
Yeah,
and it isn't just the Dark Elves they hate. They make a target of the Argonians
it's
as
true.
well.
No, absolutely true.
In fact,
but
just
still,
about anyone who isn't
if we
a
were in
Nord
Morrowind,
is fair game for their
your guys
bullying.
would be doing it to the Nords.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I've been there.
You can take a bucket.
Severus Therian's logbook. Private property of Severus Atheron. Please return to her in Windhelm if found. Journal for month of last seed, year 201 of the 4th era, first of last seed. Spoke with Master Torbjorn in the morning, pleased with projects to increase competitiveness of shipping office. Spent afternoon overseeing office and various paperwork. Moderate lunch and heavy dinner. Second of last seed. Punished one of the dock workers for laziness. 2 days rations. Empty stomach means less good work for a few days, but he'll work hard from here on out. Moderate lunch and dinner. Third of last seed. Correspondence with Uncle, with Thopra, and Morrowind. Sadness continues to abound, flowing west. Light lunch, no dinner. Fourth of last seed. Reports that our pirate friends are offering to let the company ships through in exchange for gold. We'll need to look into this. Heavy lunch and dinner. Fifth of last seed. Tried to get in to see Master Torbjorn about the potential issues, but he proved too busy tending to his wife and daughter in mourning. Did not wish to intrude. Skipped lunch, waiting at the Shattershield house. Moderate dinner. Sixth of last seed. Explained the situation to Master Torbjorn. As usual, he did not wish to know details, only how much money I needed to ensure smooth operations. I depart tomorrow for Dawnstar, hoping to catch the captain at Windpeak for his crew's regular festivities. Heavy lunch, skipped dinner in favor of packing. Seventh of last seed. Beginning journey, plan to be back by the 12th. Through 15th of last seed. Returned safely, though not unscathed. Bandit attacks delayed the initial travel, then Stig's salt plank proved to be more uncooperative than I had hoped. Chipped in some additional gold out of my own purse. Some cleverness in the books will see it repaid, and the deal was done. 8 on the road, light meals all around. 16th of last seed, hoping word gets back to Stig's betters of our new arrangement for more company ships. Before new company ships can make it through. Found the Argonians had completely fouled up the operations in my absence. No surprise there. Need to see to the old one's skooma supply. That should keep them motivated. Heavy lunch and dinner.
Place it on top of any shop owner, and then you can rob them blind. Don't ask me how I know this, mind.
Angle here is really bad. Can I jump on the table?
I'm not stealthy.
We're one of the same kind, you and I.
Oh
I'm
my
glad
God.
to have met you.
Yeah, good to meet you too. Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.